we're never actually healing. All we're doing is moving vibrations, and what that does is it invites us to not take stuff with us. Okay, so you never heal, you just shift. My name is Linda, and I'm a multidimensional healer, and I'm here to help you get to the other side as safely and as smoothly as possible. Okay, so what does healing actually mean? Because we don't heal anything. A wound can heal. Okay, we have a cut and it's an open wound and there's blood and it needs to heal. It needs to harden. It needs to have a safe space without pollution, without bacteria, to heal. There you go, there's that word again. And to put new energy in. So the body focuses on pulling those two bits of skin together, and all the little cells are working to unite. Now, sometimes you get a scar. Sometimes it takes quite a long time to heal. But vibrationally, nothing is ever the same again. That's why you have the scar, because it's changed forever. That's why you may have a weak area, because it's no longer, you showed a weak point, you showed a vulnerable aspect. So healing is strengthening the weak areas. Okay, healing is making the vulnerable, unsafe, unseen, unheard, and unloved parts of ourselves to be seen and heard and loved. And that's what healing is. It doesn't mean that something leaves. It often means some things can leave, but it often means that things are no longer dominant. Things are no longer in charge. Things are no longer in control. And I'm not talking about entities or attachments or vibrations. I'm just talking about the shifts in healing. So anyone who's had anyone who's died will understand the grieving process. And it never leaves. Or the loss of a relationship, or the loss of a connection or a pet or something. It never leaves. It only reduces its dominance. It only integrates into who we are. It is assimilated in. As much as we keep growing our shoe size, we need to keep buying new shoes. We still have the same feet, we're just growing bigger. So when something dies or changes, you're adjusting to it. So somebody said to me one time, I'm not moving out of my comfort zone, I'm expanding my comfort zone. And that's what healing is. We're expanding to create something more agreeable, more likable, more in tune with the best version of ourselves. Something that lights us up, something that calms our nervous system, something that feels like a calling, something that takes us out of our lower chakras into our higher chakras, something that connects us into all that is, the entire world, the entire universe, the universe. So, and that creates a process where you leave things behind. So you get rid of the shoes that are too small, you put them away and you put on the new shoes. It's still the same feet. This is an interesting analogy. And healing is growing. It's not change. It's outgrowing. Or like I said, your comfort zone expands. So when we're healing, I'm trying to explain that it's actually an expansive journey. And it doesn't have to be a painful journey. It is painful. It can be painful. But if we change the perspective of it being pain and loss and grief and heartache and going without, it's actually an experience of more. It's a deeper connection. It's a stronger clarity. It's a humbling collaboration. It's a beautiful experience when you get in the rhythm of it. And it can always be painful because it feels like you're losing something. You might have loved those shoes that are now too small for you. You had some great times in those shoes, which is again like your energy field. You had a great time. Probably that you felt like it was the best days of your life. But those shoes are too small for you now. Your feet have grown. And now you need new shoes, bigger shoes. And you'll love those shoes as well. You'll have different experiences and you will learn to love those experiences. So that's what healing is. This is a very, very obtuse message, but it feels comfortable for me. And when we change perspective a little bit, that healing is pain, it's the holding on to something that's too small for us now that creates the pain, or the experiences that weren't fair. That's a different video. I'm just talking about the expanse, okay? So we're letting go of the shoes that we had lots of fun in, and we're growing into bigger shoes, and we're allowing ourselves to have new experiences in those shoes. So they could be hill walking shoes or bush walking shoes, and you can climb lots of mountains, and you can look at the view for a long, long way. Because I can see the sea. It's really beautiful. I can see the mountains and I can see the sea. And this is the next stage of your healing journey, is the expansion of who you are with these new shoes on. Who you are, where you can go, and learning more about what you do and don't want to have, and to experience, and to the person that you want to be. Okay, so yeah, I hear you that the healing journey is painful and challenging, and it is for everyone. But be aware that, but love the shoes that you've had. Love the experiences. And over time you may get to a place where you will see these experiences as the lessons and as the fruit, the nourishment that you needed at that stage. And then these shoes, these bushwalking shoes, these hill walking shoes, are taking you up to another level, and you can walk a bit further. Okay, and I just wish you a nice, pain-free journey into your best life. All the best.